Reactions have continued to trade the proclamation of a state of emergency in Rivers State by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday. Of course, while nobody is arguing whether the president has the constitutional power to proclaim a state of emergency on any region, state, unit of the Federation, people have continued to put it very clear that the Constitution has been silent whether the president can remove, suspend, or sack an elected governor and deputy, or even the political structure, democratic structure of any state within the territory of Nigeria. And so very recent times, Mr. Peter Obi, the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and his counterpart in the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, have been the most recent to add their voices to the voices of several Nigerians who are saying, who are clear and who are very precise about the president's rights, privileges, and powers to exercise his constitutional duties. I'll take a quick one from Mr. Peter Obi, sharing on his official social media platform, and I'm reading from X. The unilateral decision of President Bola Tinubu to remove Governor Similaya Fubara of Rivers State from office is not only unconstitutional, but also reckless. It has plugged us backward into a state of lawlessness, usually undoing the progress we have made in these 26 years of our democratic journey. By disregarding the rule of law, the president has shown a dangerous willingness to trample on democracy. The declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State is not just reckless, it is a clear attempt to return us to the state of nature and tighten its grip on power at all costs. It is degrading backdoor imposition of martial rule on a strategic part of the Federation with all its implied negatives. The political situation on the ground in Rivers does not justify such an extreme measure, and it is also biased interpretation of Section 305 subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Okay, amended, there is mine. A state of emergency does not mean an elected governor can be removed unilaterally. This decision does not align with democratic norms or good governance. Instead, it appears to be a predetermined action serving specific interests rather than the collective good of the people of Rivers State and Nigeria. This action constitutes an unconstitutional overreach, setting a dangerous precedent that threatens democracy, the rule of law, and separation of power. If left unchecked, it could foster a culture of impunity, having already been grappling with non-adherence to electoral qualifications, rules, and massive rigging. Adding arbitrary removal of elected officials will push us to a state of nature and anarchy. I appeal to the National Assembly and all stakeholders not to allow this stand, as it only deepens the culture of impunity and brigand already threatening our democracy. A new Nigeria is possible, PO. And that's from his official X account. So I'll go to Atiku Abubakar verified X account, and he says the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State reeks of political manipulation and outright bad faith. Anyone paying attention to the Ofodi crisis knows that Bola Tinubu has been a vested partisan actor in the political turmoil at Gulf Rivers. His blatant refusal or calculated negligence in preventing this escalation is nothing short of disgraceful. Beyond the political scheming in Rivers, the brazen security breaches that led to the condemnable destruction of national infrastructure in the state land squarely on the president's desk. Tinubu cannot evade responsibility for the chaos his administration has either enabled or failed to prevent. It is an unforgivable failure that under Tinubu's watch, the Niger Delta has been thrown into an era of violent unrest and instability, undoing the hard-won peace secured by late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Years of progress have been recklessly erased in pursuit of selfish political calculations. If federal infrastructure in Rivers has been compromised, the president bears full responsibility, punishing the people of Rivers just to serve the political gamemanship between the governor and officials Bass and Nebla, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu's enabler in the federal government is nothing less than an assault on democracy and must be condemned in the strongest terms. So, very clear, very, very clear. And I unfortunately, educated Nigerians are still arguing whether or not the president is right. I think the constitution is very clear. The grand norm and of course the document, the Bible that governs this country is not what has been done before. The constitution is the supreme book. So as long as it is not given in the constitution, the president has got a right to declare a state of emergency. But then again, people are also arguing that it was hasty, too fast. It looks like a political gamble, a political hiki, a political haka, all of them. And then to the point of sacking an elected governor, presidency, clearly this shows that all of the push, all of the moves that Wike have been making has been a political game by the president and his team to escalate the crisis in Rivers State and turn it to their own advantage. God forbid, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are a disappointment.